Greetings and welcome to City Skylines Deepburg, episode 40. So, in the previous episode I did abandon the transport area and went and did some other stuff. Sorry about the low quality on the actual video of that one. That was a technical issue because of a mistake I made, and I accidentally recorded the entire video in camera quality. And normally camera quality is just below 720p, so it was a bit screwed up. But I thought you might want to see some of the stuff done, so I thought let you have the video. I have been umming and ahhing about deleting it and not putting up at all, but I figured eventually let's see how it went. And people seem to like it overall, even though the quality was a bit lower than normal. Anyway, hopefully today all the technical problems have gone away and we have the quality back to normal. And as you can also see, the vehicles on this industrial estate hub are moving fairly well. I've been playing around with it for a fair while, probably about an hour, maybe two, just off camera to figure out different things to try. And one that we're currently trialing, which seems to have, like I say, seems to have the flow going pretty well, is to have a separate lane, separate road. So this this 6 lane has been broken down into 2 3s, and each one of these stations has a slip road that feeds the bottom one. And on the lane tool, we have it set so that they can't merge. So they can't change lanes here at all. So what was on this bottom line ends up on the bottom. What was on the top line ends up on the top. And all the way around here, they cannot change once they're in those lanes. So it forces them to pick the appropriate side. And apparently I have here a thing turned where they can't change lane. They can change lane here. No, let's not have that right now. I'd like just to turn it off for a bit. Because what should be happening is they should be getting into their lane nice and early. Staying in their lane all the way down here. And the only time they should be changing is when they're coming in from their actual slip road. That slip road is open all lanes. It does cause a little bit of tailback, like here, occasionally. But it's not too bad. Every time there's a gap, it seems to clear down itself. It seems to be working quite well. And overall, this actual tailback here isn't actually a tailback caused by lane changes. It's actually caused by the fact that these train stations are at their maximum speed. And they literally cannot go any faster because the train stations in City Skylines are atrociously bad. Okay. So, I think that means this is at its maximum capacity. There's nothing we can do about this but leave it alone. Now, if we had better train stations, that'd be a thing we could do. Turn that off now. But this all appears to be working really well. Traffic's moving smoothly, gets to its appropriate locations, and then peels off. And because of the traffic now actually moving smoothly here, actually not just the one train station backed up, but actually 4 train stations are backed up with their maximum input. So yeah, this is actually working really well. So I've also been working on a way to reduce the amount of trains coming into this area. This should only be for swapping over these depots and then feeding external traffic into these depots as well, to some degree. So I've been working on a little way to try and tweak that a little bit. And one of the ways I've done it is down here on the leftmost station of the industrial state, of the commercial area, is I've allowed here a bridge between the commercial train station and the outside transport link, but it does not allow trains up into this way. It only goes down here, and let's just see if that can lift some of the burden from that station there, which obviously right now is not a major burden, but if it works, we might be able to see can we do something with that station. But I'm not sure if we would need to, and also if we even can with the layout it's got here. The other thing we're doing is over here. I've created a little line here to allow this train to leave. And I think that track is just long enough. I might need to extend that track a little bit. But this allows this station, which is a part of our industrial estate here, to receive external cargo in, as well as sending cargo out. So one of the problems we had with the cargo was that these stations were getting overwhelmed by sending cargo in and out to places. And jumping up the main line. Now the problem was that the main line was doing both the cargo and the resident and the passengers. This is still doing both, but the only stops are here. They're not trying to get off into the other sectors and causing problems. So that should hopefully help there. This station's become very popular since I did that as well. I also did this station, did that the same way. It has a cargo train going out and a cargo train coming back in again, which, as you can see, right now it is causing a bit of congestion. So this track is probably just a bit too long, or there's too many trains coming in. Let's see what's happening here. Is that train going to go in here as well? Because it's brand new, so it may actually want to just be extended a bit. Yeah, that's going in there as well. And the only problem with that is it does go and get stuck. But it shouldn't be too big a problem because these trains are quite empty, so they should be replacing themselves. And right now what happens is this train station can only feed the southbound. This one is feeding north and south thanks to the splitter, but what we could do is, as we're seeing it's becoming a bit of an issue, yeah, it is actually, we could break that off and make it only go to the northbound track. And I'm feeling that is getting to the point where we might want to do that. Because I don't want this train station causing problems. So if this track here gets blocked up many more times, we'll come back and check it later on. Then we'll cut this loose and we'll put it onto the other side so it can't go down the southward track. Right, okay. Also, these come off the same side, so unfortunately they do use the same side of the station, but if you put them on the other side, there's a risk that the other stations will send trains down here to go through. And that's something I want to avoid if possible. Now, I don't want to do the same thing with this station, because this station already has a maximum load of vehicles, and I just don't want to have the issue with that one. So this station is going to remain internal only, and it's entirely possible we could put a second station into act as an external. But the other thing I've been thinking about is, in order to help reduce the load on this station, which has always been a problem, we could build another station and have it run to sort of a midpoint here, and that would take some of the slack off this station as well. But that's only if it doesn't work, and it does appear they are getting a little slacker. The question is this caused by despawn, or is this caused by the new trains running at the bottom and the new layout being more optimized? We'll find out later on. But for now, let's look at what we did last episode when we were in blurry vision. Okay, so remember this area here? Well, we built all of this. We did all the roading down here, planned it out so it's got the turn there. It's got this little V-shaped piece, and then it's got this swerve, and these two downwards coming roads. Now, it was advised to me, my plan was to put some commercial here. But it was advised to me, why not put it on the end here? Because we could actually drop the highway in here anyway, so that would make life better, wouldn't it? And that's a very good point, and that is what we'll do. Also, I think what we'll do is, we don't have much offices in here, we could switch this over to be a... where's my districts? This to be an IT cluster without any major problem. There we go. Now, we'll destroy a lot of these buildings, but it should give us some skyscrapers in little blobs there, and there. Which I think would be quite interesting. And also, we don't have that much commercial in here. So we could move this into one of these types, but I don't really want to... I don't really want to transfer this over too much. Leisure specialization and tourism. I don't really want to do leisure and tourism, because I kind of want these to be a mix. But we could switch over to local and organic produce. Commercial area to consist of buildings like organic product shops, electric car charging stations and such. Producing 50% of solid goods locally. Truck traffic in the area is reduced by 50%, increasing electricity consumption by 20, and reducing garage by 20. Let's actually do that. If it can survive, we can always turn that off if it doesn't work. And we won't put an industrial on there because that would be kind of weird. And we don't need whatever that is. Industry areas, no. And residential. This one I'm not going to put on. The self-sufficient buildings, that's the one that's going to cause a problem. This is a large residential area and it's just asking for problems. Also, our first skyscraper is complete. Would you looky-loo at that, eh? It has a helipad on top. There's a second skyscraper coming online. It's a smaller skyscraper. Or is it going to be a bigger skyscraper? Who knows? We'll find out in a moment. But we also have one here. And IT clusters, building new buildings. Good. So, okay, our industry is going to start putting these skyscrapers. I might put more offices around this area just to have size skyscrapers in random spots, in little blobs. But let's continue with this. Let's put some residential down here and get some commercial on the end there. Now we need residential to actually populate, which is kind of problematic since it doesn't seem to want to populate right now. So we're running you to there. And, ooh, I got an idea. We could put some offices in a line down this diagonal road. Oh, I kind of like that. It'd be weird. I don't know if it'll work on smaller sections. These are all big buildings. Also, we just asked them... Ooh, what's that building? That's new. Ooh, hello, pretty building. Oh yeah, so they're all going to be what they are. I don't think we can ask the offices to do much more because they're going to probably take out all of our demand by the buildings that despawning and respawning new. Because the weird thing is, when buildings despawn, they don't increase the need. But when they spawn new buildings, it does decrease the need, and that causes it to just rezoning an area like all the housing. it would wipe out all the houses that are there, and it wouldn't rebuild them. It's really stupid. But hey, that's just the way it is. Okay, so what we could do, we need to run a power cable out this way. But I think we're right. If we put a power cable only temporary, so let's do it out to the ocean just to get it like that. Just so we can see it and remember to get rid of it later on. And if I don't get rid of it later on, remind me to get rid of it later on. There we go. Alright, let's zone over here. Some high density. Got garbage piling up. I know. You keep saying that and I keep ignoring you. Let's get the high-tech. Let's get the commercial in place on these ends. Now, this will probably end up demolishing a building or two when we put the highway in here. And I don't really have a problem with that. So that should be good. And what we could do is put offices just next to this lot once it's got some buildings in here. Let's do, yeah, so let's keep it level with the junction there and up here as well. And we should have a park going around there with no problem, really. Ooh, might have a problem with the park here. Well, we have to, if we have to demolish a building, we demolish a building. That should do it. Okay, full speed on the game. Get me some buildings out this way. It'd be great. And we'll see what's happening. We have no demand now due to that. And we're losing 6 grand. And we're losing 6 grand a day. I didn't do anything over the last time around other than, oh, right, all the offices. They were bringing in money. Yeah. Ooh, twisty building. I do like weird shaped buildings. I'm always liking weird and odd shaped buildings. I really dislike squares. Like, you know, we built a building. What square is it? Square. What shape is it? Square. Rectangles. Alright. What are you? The Micronome Game Studio. Hello. But yeah, see, we got these tall buildings now, so they all fill up eventually. That's going to be really pretty to see a blob of skyscrapers there, a blob of skyscrapers there, a row of skyscrapers there and there. Yeah, I think that's going to come out quite nice. Also, you still complaining about your garbage over here, which is kind of irritating. Have you built anything over here? You got garbage piling. Why is your garbage piling? Right, okay, you're returned to your facility. I'll give you that. Are you all at your capacity? You're not at capacity. You are spawning new vehicles, so I will have to leave you for that. We could probably put more of these down though, just to help. In fact, what we could do is put some of these recycling centres down here, because they will. Pause a second, because I don't want to break that power cable. Because they not only spawn dump trucks, they pump out finished actual goods for the shops to sell. In fact, you know what? Let's get rid of these and put a few more of these down, because if we're going to get goods for the shops, that helps out with the industry areas as well. So there we go. And they are 15 trucks each, and that's actually more than was needed before. Anyway, so go, my friends, go! Go! Bum, 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 bum. Okay, yeah, more water. Okay. Stop going! We have more water to go. There you go. Alright, now we are losing a fair amount of money a day, or week, and we just need to get that money back up into a decent amount. What's our budget set to? Right? It's such 11, 11, 11, 11, 11. Yeah, it's 11 across the board. Okay. Any buildings over here? No. Why would we need demand? Demand's not a thing we need. Why would we? Why would we even want to look at demand? Demand! Alright. So you are going to put in a lot of vehicles in there, and this hopefully will reduce this pollution. But you know what we could do to help with the pollution? Trees. Oh. And big trees. And ooh, even bigger trees. There we go. And what we'll hope is that they'll absorb some of that pollution as well, as allowing the recycling centres to produce less as they go. Right, and that should hopefully get vehicles in here doing their job, and we might just need to bring more in, I don't know. I mean, we have this sector over here, which I don't even know why this is a problem. I mean, these are, again, 11, 15... They do produce electricity, so we could... It potentially is a problem, but overall, I think we could actually replace these with recycling trucks as well. But the problem with these is they do go out into the main hub here, rather than just focusing on this housing area, which I would prefer them not to go out there. There's not really a way to stop them. He says, looking at directly a way to stop them. Yeah. I could make you not go left with no left turn there. Would force you into the city. And then if you went to loop back, you probably loop back and cause problems. Never mind. That we know what they'll do. They'll cause problems. That's what they do. The traffic vehicle people. Aww. All the commercial buildings around the park disappeared. I thought they'd been some rebuilding, but I thought they would have rebuilt more. Also, this makes the park look a bit nicer actually, with all the green buildings around it, like electric car stations and stuff. Rather than the normal commercial stuff coming through. Hey, excellent. But yeah, I forgot that was a big commercial area in the middle there. Yes. That's why we have no demand. Because they just stripped out all of that and all of that. I completely forgot about those. I thought I was just in the offices in little blobs. No, we were not. Okay. In that case, better, no, I would say better to de-zone this area and let them rebuild. But we already have a building over here, the organic dry goods store. You know what? No. You know, no. Let's just no. Let's cancel all buildings over here for now. And we'll respawn those in next episode. Once this area is regrown, and I'll just let it run over an hour or so, just letting that build back up again, and hopefully our cash doesn't drop through the floor in the process. Oh, we're going down, but it's climbing back up hopefully. All right, so that being fine. What do we have over here? We have this big ass area. Ooh, let's put the camera the right way around. These roads are working really well, but there's not much traffic on them anymore, so it's hard to really judge, isn't it? I could get a train station over here without a major issue. I'm starting to think we should replace all of these with recycling buildings, all of them. Maybe even a lot of these, but I'm not sure if our power grid will take it. Ooh, our power grid's really close. Yeah, we'd have to build back more power plants, but if we could replace these, what's their operating cost? 1440. And your operating costs 1442 versus 1600. No, your operating cost is 240. Your operating cost is 4. Why are we not using them? Jeez. I mean, yeah, they produce power, but jeez. All right, let's replace all the ones that are not in the big cluster. That big cluster can stay there for now, and be the primary way of doing stuff. These all get replaced. Right, so there's 6 over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2. Okay, so we're not going to get them all there. 3, 4. Okay, you're not going to get 5 and 6. Can we go to the other side of the road? I don't think we'd fit them on the other side of the road. Nope, but that's fine. We just need to run a power cable to you. Whereas before it was sending power out and actually sending in. But there's some nice green ones, right? And then over here, there you are. I want to replace these, so it's just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 again. And these are bigger, aren't they? They are actually bigger, that's probably why we couldn't use them. Well, I don't mind losing a couple of industrial buildings in this process. We're cleaning up our act, and I am aware this is in the middle of a big polluting industrial area. But I don't care. I'm making the place better, one building at a time. There we go, one either side of the police station. Or fire station? Fire station. And that will just help reduce some of the pollution there. I mean, look at that. That'll pull back in, won't it? Yes. Also, it helps produce more cargo, which is always useful. That power cable got broken a long ass while ago. Any more? There should be some down here, I believe. There's a lot of them down here, actually. Ooh. Okay, well, let's remove these ones that we know are polluters. We actually have down here a lot of normal ones anyway, recycling ones anyway. I like how it's like, you can bulldoze a building, but you have to get permission. Okay. What about a tree? No, just put it down. There's no, don't need a permit. Just pull the tree down if you don't want it there. Buildings. Can I get that one spot right next to it? It seems to go green for like a millisecond just before it moves over. In essence, it's trying to tell me I can have it, right? No. It's trying to tell me if I wanted it, I'd be an idiot. And you know me, I'm an idiot, so I wanted it. Right, there we go. Right, so that's a whole bunch of new garbage buildings up. Oh, one there, wasn't there? There you go. So a whole bunch of new garbage processing buildings up and running, which should hopefully help out with garbage in these areas being cleaner now. Yeah. Did we put any more in here though? I have to make sure. Your recycle. Good. Over here, these are all normal. They're not going to have any blemishes in their terrain. This is going to be the same. They're all recycles over here. So that's all good. Up here, you have a recycling centre. Yes, you do. I'm not actually sure that can connect to the road. Oh, it is. It just looks weird. You know what? Let's move just one square forward. There you go. Okay, good. And finally, are there any over in these areas? Because this area is sort of isolated. Like this one here's got all these here, and it's got these over here, which we have not replaced yet. It could do with more, but this place over here is also in the same problem. And we could drop a few on this island, on the power island. The question is, do we want to drop them on power island? Because I really do need more power as well. And dropping down a couple of these would be probably more beneficial. In fact, I need to drop one of these anyway, just to help with the power situation. There we go. Hey, look at that! Give me them buildings. Those garbage buildings are so expensive to operate. I didn't even realise how bad they were. You know what? They are that bad. Let's remove a few of them. Because look at our budget. We were making 17,000 a week loss, and now we're making a lot more. I won't know until I put these in what the actual new value will be. There we go. That's those for there, and we can probably put a few more over here to replace the ones that just couldn't get back in again. You know what? A full line of them. There we go. Because this is just going to help out. I mean, they have less processing capability, and I think the bigger ones are 45, and these are 12. Oh, sorry guys, you out of power there. I actually thought you were connected to it. Everything sort of went green for a moment. There you go. Power cable for you all. Do you only have one power cable way in? You do. Can we run a power cable? Oh, let's nick a power cable from over here. And put that there. Just to make sure there's a dual link power supply. There we go. And power should flow in. It is. Good. And they're all good and going. Right. And hopefully that'll get more green trucks on the road in this area and less annoyingly bad ones. You're never going to get power, are you? Or is it just because that's empty there? That's fine. Once the buildings appear, you'll be good. It's all okay around here. Let's get garbage again. So hopefully we get some trucks out here. We can see the trucks on the way in now, look, and on the way out. We have you over here. Okay. And you have no garbage trucks, really, to feed your area. Putting some here would potentially be useful. And all of our garbage trucks are really far away. Also, I'm wondering how much money we would save. I'm going to go through these really quickly and delete all of them and then replace all of them with recyclable units. And there we go! All the buildings here have been replaced by... what are you complaining about now? Ah, fine. All these have now been replaced by recycle units, so we should start seeing the pollution here dropping down. What's our power situation right now? Okay, new power plant. This has basically worked out our new power plant. On the plus side, look at our income. I mean, it's really down a little bit, but we're up to 100k and we were down 17k, so I think overall these are going to be better for us as a company. I didn't realize they would be cheap to operate. If they'd known that, I would have replaced them a long time ago. But yeah, I actually like the look of these better. They've got these little, especially with seagulls flying around as well, to make it look like it's supposed to be good. Alright. So that's going to be good here. That's going to get those guys picking up the trash in this area. Anybody further in that we need to worry about? Did those already. Alright, and we could do a couple down here just to fill up some of this dead end at this area, because we do get trouble getting down here. Now, no pollution down here, is there? There's no pollution. So we do not put those anywhere near there. We'll pop that there. Just one there by itself. Shouldn't produce that much pollution. And why is that power cable even a thing? There we go. Wrong button? Yeah. Ooh. Okay, let's make sure that power... Thank you. Autosave, thank you. I don't think you're connected properly. Let's run the power cable from here down to there. And that will get that done. That will just make sure we're good there. And I'm guessing we have a power cable over here. There it is, just as a backup one. Yep, that's good. Okay. That is all up and running. Excellent. And we have hopefully less garbage problems overall. What's happening here anyway? Garbage production is 900,000 and garbage processing is 2 million. So we have nowhere near a problem with garbage collection. It's just now getting the vehicles to those locations to pick up the garbage. That is the issue. Which in theory shouldn't be a big issue because this has direct access to the highway. I just wonder if maybe they don't travel as fast as I want them to, and I have to maybe move half of this somewhere else. And I could put little blocks over here and stuff. I really should focus on a bit more, but you know what? No. Not for now anyway. Okay. How is the traffic over here doing? Traffic is doing really well. Okay, and how is the second station over here? Okay, they're all doing really well. I think we have reduced some of the traffic that is needed in some places as well. That's really helped out a lot. But I like this layout better. It seems to be working really nicely. We can always put more trains on here. Now we're not overwhelming it as much. Ignore that. Alright, I think it was actually allowing the train stations to talk to the outside world did help them out a little bit there. So we'll be good. Alright, next up on our list of things. Well, with no demand still, we can't do anything over here yet. But the skyscraper is looking pretty. Look at that, eh? Look at that. Pretty. Alright, so what we're going to do is leave it here after 30 minutes. And say, hey, should we change the commercial out here? I'm not sure if it's the right commercial. I would destroy commercial stuff in the future, but let me know what you think. Should we change that commercial to one that has skyscrapers? And if you have an idea which one that would be best for this place, I'm thinking that area is better for tourism. This area is better for leisure. So I'm thinking just leisure for the whole thing because it is the city. But let me know what you think of that. And if whichever you pick, I will run that between recordings and make sure the buildings get replaced so we have all demand ready for the recording. But anyway, let me know what you think of the city, the changes, the new new road layout here, the new garbage things are definitely better, and the skyscrapers. Anyway, let me know what you think, and until next time, comments in the comments. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!